Breaking news, May 29th, 30th day. Brigi, Biafran Republic government in exile declares 2 days lockdown as Simon ÈKPÁ appears in court. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, and once again, you're welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight up to this news in detail. The news. The Biafran Republic government in exile has declared May 29th and 30th as lockdown to mark the appearance of its Prime Minister Simon ÈKPÁ in Finnish court and to honor Biafran. This was disclosed in a statement released by Brigi Minister of Information ÈKPÁ on Tuesday. According to the statement, the 2 days should be honored as significant by all Biafrans as in the southeast and abroad. The Biafran Republic government in exile Brigi issued a strong warning to Ohanaeze Ndigbo to desist from efforts aimed at sabotaging Biafran independence. Similarly, the Biafran Republic government in exile told the National Agencies for Food and Drugs Administration and Control (NAFDAC) to unseal shops shut down in Onitsha, Head Bridge Market in Anambra. Over 500,000 naira to 700,000 naira fines imposed on traders. The èKPÁ-led Biafran Republic government in exile warned NAFDAC to stay clear of intimidating Ndigbo traders in the southeast region in the name of clamping down on fake drug distribution. Biafran Republic government in exile confirmed that these 2 days are significant in the lives of all Biafrans living at home and abroad. Our Prime Minister Simon èKPÁ has been detained by the Finnish government since November 2024. Imperatively, he will appear in Finnish court on 29th May, and so Biafran should honor him as a hero of our time who has sacrificed his life for Biafran. Biafran Republic government also wants defunct Ohanaeze Ndigbo groups who placed $650,000 bounty on the head of Simon èKPÁ for Nigeria to continue eliminating Biafrans to stop forthwith from commenting on anything Biafra or tagging Biafran Heroes Day as Igbo Day because they have lost relevance and can't speak for the Biafran people. The father of Biafran children can't call for the head of Simon èKPÁ, who is fighting to liberate Biafrans from the contraption of Fulani Islamic jihadist Nigerian conquest. Biafran Republic government in exile also wants NAFDAC to unseal every Biafran shop that has been shut down by NAFDAC. NAFDAC's imposition of a blanket penalty of 500,000 per shop later raised to 700,000 naira as a condition for reopening the market is exploitative and without legal justification. To punish over 5,000 traders indiscriminately without due process is to violate both the spirit and letter of the law. This is not regulation, it is economic persecution of the Biafran people because of their declaration of Biafran independence and must be resisted. The Biafran government in the homeland and the Biafran Defense Forces will take decisive action if these shops are not unsealed. According to reports, over 1,000 shop owners have paid the imposed fee while thousands of others remain unable to comply due to financial constraint. The Biafran Provisional de facto government in homeland, through the office of the General Administrator and the Chief of Defense Staff (CDS) of the Biafran Defense Forces, General Igwe Butuzo, hereby declares May 29th to May 30th, 2025 as a period of remembrance for our heroes and heroines. These 2 days, we observe a complete lockdown all across Biafran territories, including both hinterland and coastal region. We urge all Biafrans to honor this solemn occasion and use this time to reflect on our collective journey towards freedom, the statement reads. Now, Before I go into the next news, still on Mazi Simon Ekpa, because tomorrow is actually going to be a good day, hopefully, for both Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon Ekpa will be appearing in court tomorrow in Finland, and we are hoping to give you all the information concerning that. But do not forget that 29th and 30th, is okay. Next tomorrow, next tomorrow is 29th. Today is 27th, So next tomorrow, Mazi Simon Ekpa will be appearing in court, and we are hopeful that the court hearing, will come in favor of Mazi Simon Ekpa.
A lot of groundbreaking and a lot of surprising event has unfolded in Finland regarding Mr. Simon, a man held in a Finnish correctional center. Yes, as we speak, the president of Finland is currently in a big trouble and in a big mess because a politician in Turkey and South Africa has linked him with a terror group. Yes, in this video, we shall be disclosing and exposing every single thing that you need to know and understand regarding this particular case of the Finnish president. And that is not even all. Mr. Simon has done the impossible. He has done something nobody was expecting him to do at this particular point in time. Simon has appointed a lawyer from Iran to join his legal counsel team moving into the Päijät-Häme district court. Why will Simon appoint an individual from Iran? Well, in this video, we shall be explaining and critically analyzing every single thing that has happened behind the scenes so you can see and understand things for yourself. Well, first thing first, let's start with the president of Finland in the person of Alexander Stubb. Well, 3 days ago, we made a video stating categorically that the country of Russia and the country of Sweden has placed a series of restrictions on Finland because of the way and manner the president has handled the case of Mr. Simon. But as we speak, things have gotten really bad. Yes. Now, an individual from Turkey who happens to be a top politician in South Africa came out to give some big expose to the ICJ, International Court of Justice, regarding the Finnish president and how he has been linked heavily with terror groups. So the question here is, who is this individual and what did he have to say or report to the ICJ? Well, a man known as Mehmet Vefa Dag, who originally is from Turkey but resides or lives in South Africa and now is a politician in that country, came out to make strong statements which he has submitted to the ICJ. So what did this man say? What did Mehmet Vefa Dag say or submitted to the ICJ? Well, take a look at this publication coming from this man, released or published 20 hours ago. It states, anybody who is found associating with founders of terrorist group is a terrorist. Yes, this man also tagged the current Finnish president in the person of Alexander Stubb in this particular statement. He also went a step further to state that you are in the list now. That is, Alexander Stubb is now in the list. Your name will forever be remembered as that president of Finland who supported Nigeria's government to slaughter the USB citizens today, tomorrow, and the future. This is coming from Mehmet Vefa Dag. And like I said, this man originally is from the country of Turkey. So the question here is, why is this man Mehmet Vefa Dag calling the sitting president of Finland as a terrorist? Well, based on the documents he submitted to the ICJ to prosecute the president of Finland, he claimed that Alexander Stubb once upon a time had a meeting with Kashim Shettima, who is the vice president of Nigeria. Yes, Alexander Stubb had a closed-door meeting with Kashim Shettima, and just in case you don't know, many believe that Kashim Shettima is a sponsor of, or he is a principal sponsor of a particular terror group in Nigeria. Showing right now on your screen is a popular image or a picture of Kashim Shettima having or eating together with suspected individuals of the BK terror group. Yes, I can't pronounce that name right now, but we all know what I'm talking about. Yes, so this man known as Mehmet Vefa Dag is claiming that Kashim Shettima is a member of this group. He's a sponsor, a principal sponsor of this particular group in Nigeria, and he has no right to detain Mr. Simon. He also went a step further to attach a statement coming from Femi Fani Kayode, which was published on the 14th of December of 2017, where it states, in Maiduguri, the citizens know that Governor Shettima is the BH boss and the keeper of Chibok girls. And this statement was made by Ali Modu Sharif. Shettima is indeed the keeper of Chibok girls, while Sharif himself is the founder and the father of this BH group. Yes, these are the documents presented by this activist from Turkey and South Africa. they've submitted this files to the ICJ, stating categorically that the president of Finland has associated with individuals who are known to be sponsors of terror groups in the country. And this man did not even stop there. Yes, this activist or this politician did not even stop there. He also claimed that if the president of Finland is claiming that Simon incited series of violence in Nigeria, it simply means that he himself, the president, Alexander Stubb, has over time incited violence, because showing right now on your screen is a picture of Simon and the president of Finland when these both individuals attended a top event in that country's political scenes. So they are claiming that if Simon is this, then the president of Finland definitely is that same thing. These are the exact words coming from Mehmet Vefa Dag. These are not my own words. I'm just here to showcase and show you what is currently happening behind the scenes. But that is not even all. Things are getting interesting in the USB movement. Things are moving on too fast. Yes, 16 hours ago, the Deputy Prime Minister of the USB movement in the person of Ngozi Orabueze released an article. Yes, she released an article coming from a lawyer in the USA, a lawyer, the official attorney of the USB movement. Yes, so this lawyer did a quick investigation. This lawyer went undercover to investigate something that was playing off in Nigeria. Well, to better understand what I'm currently saying right now, take a look at this article or publication coming from the USB Deputy Prime Minister. It states, breaking, the USB attorney uncovers Nigeria's DSS operation to discredit genuine USB citizens, misinform and foil the USB independence. So the question here is, what is currently happening? Well, just in case you don't know, officers and members of the DSS currently has hijacked a popular radio channel known as the Radio Biafra. Yes, the officers of the DSS currently, as we speak, have the full frequency and the full operations of Radio Biafra. And over time, members of the DSS have been using this radio channel to spread false or wrong information to the general public. This, like I said, is coming from Ngozi Orabueze. But then as we speak, the lawyer representing the USB has sued or filed a lawsuit against the DSS in the ICJ. That is to say, the lawyer representing the USB movement has called upon the ICJ to prosecute the DSS movement or officers who currently has hijacked the radio channel of the USB movement and at the same time spreading false information to the general public, so as to possibly put Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and Simon in a very, very tight corner so that they can have evidence in the court of law that will be used against them. Yes, well, showing right now on your screen is a full description of the operations of the DSS that was uncovered by the lawyer of the USB. Feel free to pause this part of the video to read up and understand. Yes, now let's move on to the case of Simon. Yes, just in case you don't know, a couple of days back, top activists and top individuals from the country of Uganda, the country of Kenya and Tanzania reached out to Mr. Simon asking him to get an African, to add an African together with Carl Gumeros into his legal counsel. That is to say, Simon should employ the services of an African lawyer into his legal team so that Carl Gumeros will not be the sole operator of his case. Interestingly, Mr. Simon was like, yeah, this makes sense. This is a very good idea, and I have to definitely get an African lawyer or get an extra lawyer that is not from Finland to join Carl Gumeros. But then as we speak, something has been done. Simon has appointed a lawyer, but this man is not from Africa. This man is from the country of Iran. So the question here is, who is this lawyer and what is his portfolio? Well, just in case you don't know, Mr. Simon appointed a lawyer from the law offices of Alman Dabiri and Associates. Yes, Mr. Simon has appointed a man known as Arman Dabiri. Just in case you don't know who this man is, showing right now on your screen is a full description of this man's origin. It states, Arman Dabiri is originally from Iran, has established his career in the USA where he works as a lawyer and academic. His diverse background includes significant contributions in law, education, and technology. And showing right now on your screen is this guy's qualification. Feel free to pause this part of the video to read up and understand so you can see things for yourself. Well, just in case today is the very first time of you hearing the name Arman Dabiri, this man was upon a time worked as the international lawyer representing the USB movement. Yes, this guy was once upon a time the lawyer representing the affairs of the USB in the international space. But something happened that he was forced to resign. Yes, what really happened? Well, 24th of November of 2024, the day Simon was arrested, Armand Dabiri claimed that he was instructed by Simon to make a man known as Mr. Nkere as the deputy prime minister of the USB movement. Yes, Armand Dabiri claimed that Simon informed or instructed him that, see, if I get arrested by any means, you should make Mr. Nkere the acting Prime Minister of the USB movement. Showing right now on your screen are the exact words coming from Armand Dabiri, where he claimed that Simon instructed him to make Mr. Nkere as an acting Prime Minister or possibly a deputy Prime Minister of that movement. But then things changed. When Simon got arrested, when Simon was taken into custody, Ngozi Araboeze, who happens to be the then Deputy Prime Minister, assumed the full position. She became the acting Prime Minister and at the same time the Deputy Prime Minister. This did not sit well with Armand Dabiri. Armand was even forced to send a series of letters to Ngozi Araboeze asking her to cease and desist that position. But Ngozi did not listen to him. Ngozi came out to say, see, I don't know who you are. You are a man from Iran or a man from the USA. You have no affiliations with the USB. You are not a citizen. You're not even a supporter. You are just there as a lawyer, an official lawyer, who your specific work or primary work is to defend the interests of this movement. You are a nobody and you don't have the right to tell me what to do. Well, showing right now on your screen is a post coming from Ngozi Araboeze released on the 8th of February of 2025, where it states, breaking: the criminals in the ex-BRGI cabinet told Armand Dabiri to write me to stop fundraising and using BRGI and Simon's name. Please tell this man that he is not a USB citizen and is only as strong as the power I and the USB citizens give him. And from this point onwards, Armand Dabiri distanced himself from the operations headed by Ngozi Araboeze. But as we speak, Simon has brought him into his legal counsel team. This is going to be a very, very interesting one and a fascinating one. And we can't wait to see how all of these things will play out and unravel. But then as we speak, the countries of Russia headed by Putin and the country of Sweden have placed restrictions on Finland because of the way and manner President of Finland has handled Mr. Simon's case. Yes. In one of our videos, we extensively explained every single thing that has happened behind the scenes and how Finland are currently seeking for international help and have called the country of Canada to come to their aid and to rescue them. Anyways, if you want to watch that video and get full updates for yourself, we have that video showing right now on your screen. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this particular video and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.
The zoo is panicking and they are in shambles. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them that he's going to defeat them in their own court of law, in their own court of competent jurisdiction. I will defeat the zoo. That is the statement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very many years ago. Very many years ago. That's why I began with the videos that I have played already. There are two clips of videos. The first one, he said that any court that is trying to try him is committing an act of terrorism. That is number one. So, but no, I can't see this alone. I can't continue, laughing at the zoo alone. I think it's time for me to bring it to the screen so that all of us will laugh at the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, and their idiocy. Pay attention. Pay very good attention. Share the broadcast, my wonderful people of... Okay, sorry, let us begin. Let us start afresh. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to this very live presentation. Today's date is 2nd of May 2025, and the time right now is exactly 5 minutes past 2 p.m. in the land of Chukwokika, Biama. This very broadcast is reaching you all the way from the studio of Biafra Unite channel/television. And the voice you are hearing is none other than that your own beloved brother Ordinanwa from Biafra Unite channel/television. We are live and direct. And I want to assure every one of you listening to me right now that Chukwokika Biamabineli is bearing us witness. Something great has happened. I don't want to talk too much. Let me first, because I have this joy in me. I woke up this morning and I started feeling, happy. I started feeling joy. I don't know what came over me. I began to feel happy, even though I knew that two of our great leaders, greatest of all time, notwithstanding, I haven't forgotten the great Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu. But I didn't see the war. So I only had the history, but I didn't see the war. I read the history. I had the history. I was told and taught about the history. But in this, our modern era, the greatest leaders of all time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, even though I was aware that they were being incarcerated illegally against their own wish, yet I was still feeling this joy, this enthusiasm. This, is beyond happiness. Is beyond happiness. I was feeling this joy in me that there will be a victory. And guess what? Here we come. All right. Without further hesitation, at least you can see the headline on the screen. Let us read in details. I'm going to give you the breakdown from the court. The breakdown of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court proceeding since the commencement of the hearing, of course, today, 2nd of May, 2025. The so-called accelerated hearing. Accelerated hearing. Now, the headline. This, I know why I'm reading from Channels Television, because they are there live. They are inside the court. Both their cameramen, their journalists, everybody is there. So it's good that I read from them. Now, no instrument of terrorism found on Nnamdi Kanu, DSS witness tells court. Okay. So what are we trying? What else are you trying him for? Your own witness, because God is with us. God is with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, the first poor. They say his name is Poor. PWAAA, Poor. The first witness on the 29th of April said that the evidences he has against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to make the matter worse, he claimed to be among the DSS operatives that arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Golden Tulip Hotel in Lagos State when he arrived in 2015 in Nigeria. He said that they took is it 2 or 3 suitcases that contain some equipment of microphone, laptop, and small speakers. And he said that it indicated, or he thought, or he believed that those instruments are from Radio Biafra. Only for them to establish that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a broadcast in the zoo. Remember, that's why I played those few clips in the beginning. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they had already said that he made a broadcast in London, in the United Kingdom. So therefore, the zoo has no jurisdiction. There is no court in the zoo that has the jurisdiction to try him. It is only a UK court will give a go-ahead order for them to try him, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be present. in the UK court, which the zoo cannot afford, because they know that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu goes back to UK, no UK court will order for his extradition to the zoo because he has not committed any crime. You can't extradite an innocent man. No. Are you getting me? So it's going to be a long journey for them, because once they take him to UK, they're not going to start with whether he made the broadcast in UK or not, which is not a crime because the radio is registered in the UK. They're going to start with, first of all, with the extradition case, which may take even 20 years. After all, Abba Kyari is still in Nigeria. He has not been extradited to America. Tinubu is still in Nigeria. Even he has now become a president of Nigeria. He has not been extradited to America. So it can take even 50 years when you are still casing to extradite somebody, especially someone who is innocent. So the zoo is aware of the cost of making such mistake, of taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to UK to obtain UK court authority to try him in the zoo. They removed it. They removed where the broadcast was made. They amended the charges and removed it when they had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu discussing with his lawyers of how he's going to defend himself. Right? So when the first POA, the first PWAAA, a witness said that he was among the DSS members that arrested him in Golden Tulip, and the evidences they got was only microphone. That completely made caricature of every idiocy of the zoo government against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only that first evidence has destroyed everything in the favor against the zoo and in the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you paying attention? Now, the second witness. So why are you masking them? Why are you? You don't have to mask them anyway. The DSS thought the zoo, well, when Fulani Goro eaters are in charge, what else do you expect? So the witness are Mago Fam Manazo, but this is just the headline. So now, according to the headline, which no instrument of terrorism found on Nnamdi Kanu, DSS witness tells court. So why are you then trying him? Since there is no any instrument of terrorism found on him, why have you kept him for the past 5 years? Plus another 2 years between 2015 and 2017. Why did you keep him? Why have you kept him? Why have you been suffering him? When remember the case is suffering, not suffering, the case is answering is terrorism and treasonable felony. I think they no longer talk about treason, because you cannot label me you cannot label me treasonable offense. You cannot label a treasonable offense against me when I am not planning to usurp the president. Yes, treasonable offense is when somebody tries to commit an act of treason by trying to forcefully remove the power that be, the ruling power, the president. As a matter of fact, the person who accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of treason is somebody who committed treason, which is Buhari. Buhari committed treason in 1983 by forcefully removing the democratically elected president, Shehu Shagari and Alex Ekwueme. These are histories, things that happened. Yes, that is treasonable offense. And to make the matter worse, he also, after usurping the democratically elected government, which is pure treason, yet he didn't rule well. At least the reason why people are standing in solidarity or standing behind Traoré of Burkina Faso is because the whole world knows he committed treason. But he is transforming the country into a better, a better state, into becoming, for the citizens to, to realize that they are really human beings. Because under the management of whoever that was there, the democratic president of France in Burkina Faso, the people were living like animals, just as the way the zoo, the people in the zoo here are living like animals. No human being is living in the zoo. There is no any human being that is living in the zoo. Even if you like B.O.B. Cubana, if you like, after all, E-Money never expected to be arrested. He was arrested the other day. Somebody who claimed to be as big as E-Money was arrested. Obi Cubana can still be arrested anytime soon. The other idiot that called himself Cubana chief priest was once arrested a few months ago. So anybody living in the zoo can never be considered as a human being. So Traoré is making the citizens to believe, to see and believe and understand the benefit of living as a human being.